You've already seen all the make money online videos before, but starting an online business in 2026 as a complete beginner is like trying to learn how to swim in shark-infested waters. Like, there's already so much information online, you don't know what's real or what's fake, and you just get overwhelmed and you don't know where to actually start. I was in that exact same boat until I found a backdoor way to make some real money online, leveraging the hard work of your competition instead of having to fight against them using a new unsaturated business model. And as a result, I was able to move out of my remote mountain village in Bulgaria to Los Angeles, California in a brand new luxury apartment at the age of 22 years old. And I'm gonna break down exactly how you can do this for yourself in 2026, step by step in the next 10 minutes. Alright, look, before we go over the game plan, I want to preface that if you guys want to become a millionaire tomorrow, then click off this video. That's not possible, this isn't for you. If you're looking for some get rich quick scheme, then this video will not help you. I suggest Vegas. But if you do want to learn the most untapped business model leveraging the new digital economy going into the new year, then pay attention. Dropshipping, SMA, crypto, clipping, YouTube automation, all these business models are going to be left behind in 2025 because the economy is entering into a new era, and the stats prove it. According to Forbes, internet-related personal brands are growing 12 times faster than the overall US labor market, which means the people making real money in 2026 won't be those shipping low-quality products from China or making bets on the stock market. It will be those who are cultivating an audience, gaining influence through growing their personal brands. And here's where it gets interesting. Instead of trying to compete with Iman Gadzhi or Alex Hormozi, we're going to leverage the hard work they've already done for us so we can get a piece of the pie without having to invest millions into WAP or writing 17 books in a year. We're simply gonna solve the most in-demand problem that all these business owners, influencers, and creators struggle with. And that's creating consistent, high-converting content. Just think about it, every creator needs content. Without it, they're irrelevant and unable to market for their business. So their whole livelihoods depend on content, but not just getting views, instead content that converts into actual sales for their companies. Because what would you rather have, a million views or $1 million in the bank? And that's exactly why the most unsaturated business to start in 2026 is called content operating. Companies and creators are desperate for good content operators because it's literally their entire engine of their business. And that's why content operators get paid premium rates, because we're not a commodity, instead we're an asset. We don't film, we don't edit, instead we operate. That's why we make the big bucks, a minimum of $5 to $10K per month per client. In fact, I personally made $30,000 in a single month from just 2 clients, Nathan Nazareth and Dan Bilzerian. Yes, that Dan Bilzerian. And you can land these clients without having any previous experience or having thousands of followers on Instagram. All you need to know is the right information that gets them results. In fact, my recent student Jack did exactly this and made $10,000 in profit as a content operator despite being a complete beginner and only having 100 followers on his Instagram page. So I'm not telling you what I think works, I'm telling you what I know works. So look, our first job as a content operator is to identify an industry to content operate in, and then figure out what type of content converts best for our client in that chosen niche. Next, we're gonna create a system and then organize a content schedule, which we'll just use AI for, and then outsource the work to an actual video editor. As an operator, we oversee and manage this process so our client has time to make more videos, film, and actually run his business. It's the perfect duo. It's just like how a famous athlete needs a personal trainer. Business owners and influencers can't scale without a content operator. So how do we start? Well, I got the complete roadmap and even a special bonus at the end of this video. Step 1 is to select a niche. We can't create amazing content if we're playing 5 different sports at once. And the best part is that we only have to do this process once. After that, we just manage the system and work a maximum of 1 to 2 hours per day. Here are the top 3 industries most beginners go into: e-commerce, fitness, and finance. But here's the trick, you need to narrow the niche down because, for example, fitness is way too broad. There's people who are trying to build muscle, others who are trying to lose weight, then there's women trying to recover from pregnancies, there's people trying to recover from injuries. How the hell are you gonna make content that appeals to all these types of people at once? You aren't, but lucky for you, you don't have to. The more specific you are, the better results you will get, because you can make hyper-targeted content that makes an audience feel understood, and you can ultimately provide more value to them. My content operating industry is e-commerce, but my niche is dropshipping coaches, people like Nathan Nazareth who consult dropshipping brands. When choosing a niche, make sure it has the following criteria. Is it an evergreen industry? Is it growing and not just an internet trend that will die off tomorrow? Second, is there a clear audience that you can target with the content? And third, is this, of course, something where people are selling goods and services in? You get all three, you're golden. So now you've picked a niche, but it won't matter unless potential clients actually take you seriously in it. So we need to establish ourselves as a credible person in our chosen industry. And the biggest thing here to know is that people buy from people. If you look like a bot or a spam follower on Instagram, no one's gonna see you as a trusted authority, and I call this the social hacking technique. Look, your Instagram page is your online resume, and whether you like it or not, people will judge you based on it. So it's within your best interest to take at least 9 high-quality photos to show off that you're not a lazy couch potato and you can actually get people results. The photos should be candid, not try hard, and actually show you're a real-life entrepreneur / content operator. And then 3 work-related photos, maybe you're on your computer or you're reading a book, something like that. And finally, 3 personality pictures. These can be fun just to show off you're not a robot, and you put them all together, and when someone looks at your Instagram page on a mobile view, your entire Instagram account will be filled up and you will look like a professional. This establishes trust that you're a real person that can generate real results. And I don't want to hear any excuses. Oh, Emil, like I don't live in a place where I can take nice pictures. Well, motherfucker, I did this from my remote mountain village in Bulgaria, so you have no excuse. On top of that, you need a clear, high-quality profile picture and a bio that says something along the lines of content distribution manager, your content system fully built and managed, yada yada yada. These should all raise your perceived value, because the truth is, when you outreach to a potential client, the very first thing they do is they check your Instagram page to see who you are. And remember guys, it's all about positioning yourself as an authority, not necessarily having thousands of empty followers. In fact, another student of mine, Christian, only has 500 followers, and he literally signed a single client at $23,000 per month. Crazy. Great, now people hold you to a high regard, but without this next step, everything might fall apart. Step 3, and this is a big one, market research and creating a content game plan for your client. Now that we've selected an industry to content operate in, we've positioned ourselves as an authority in that space, it's time to actually research content in our niche. What are other people currently posting about in that same industry? Watch them, take notes. What's the posting frequency? What type of content are they making? Are they getting good results? Are they getting good engagement in their comments? Track all of this. Look out if the content is providing value or it's just generic empty motivation as well. Doing this will help you create an eye for content in your narrowed down niche, and ultimately it's going to make you a beast content operator. You want to select a format, a style, and a content angle to use in order to turn your client's Instagram page into a literal money printer. So there's 3 different content formats: talking head, lifestyle, and storytelling. Each one of these should be either educational, inspirational, or relatable, and it should target the pain points of your audience in your selected niche. When people feel understood, they will trust our client, and when people trust our client, they will buy. We're gonna select a main content format to stick to because this creates bingeable content. The algorithm loves content in the same format because it can find our ideal audience without having to restart every time we switch. Next, once you've done that, it's time to focus on the branding, the colors, the fonts, and the overall vibe of the videos. This does matter because it's how your client stands out and becomes unique. For Nathan, the style is very professional and stoic. The font is Proxima Nova Semi-Bold. It's small and centered in the middle of the videos to show that Nathan is a serious and organized entrepreneur. This builds his long-term brand equity and makes Nathan's style, well, his. Another example is a creator like Rob the Bank. The style is completely different. It's loud, it's scrappy, and it's creative, overall showing his vibe and spirit. And guys, don't overlook this part. Remember, it's called a personal brand. So don't forget the personal part of that entire sequence. We all recognize the McDonald's golden arches, the Nike swoosh, the Apple logo. It's how viewers identify you. And finally, once we have a content format, a unique style, it's now time to generate an angle. This truly is the X factor that brings everything together. Because look, I'm sure you're tired of seeing every internet guru all preach the same bullshit. Don't start a passionate business, do this instead to make 10K per month. You get lost in the noise because everyone's ultimately saying the same stuff. In a world of copycats, we don't want our client to get drowned out. An angle is a unique mechanism that differentiates how we target an audience. For example, Nathan used to post how e-commerce is the key to financial freedom. The Lambos, the trips to Dubai, the Rolexes, that sort of thing. But everyone else already talks about that. It's low-key kinda lame at this point. So all of a sudden, after some brainstorming, he switched the content angle from financial freedom to time freedom, making money with e-commerce so you can enjoy the trips with your girlfriend and spending more time with your family. You know, the stuff that actually matters in life. It's genuine, it's new, it's different, and that's what an angle is. You put a format, style, and angle together, and that's how you take over social media. Just make sure to organize the entire process and have a Notion tracking system like this so that everyone's on the same page. Simple, yet effective as hell. Finally, guys, step 4, client acquisition. This is the bread and butter, and if you don't do this properly, you're gonna forever stay broke. It's time for us to land a super client. We're gonna aim for influencers, business owners, and creators in our chosen niche that have between 3,000 and 50,000 followers on Instagram, because these type of clients can still afford to pay us great money, but at the same time, they're not too big, so the competition isn't insane, and we can actually land these clients. It's the perfect middle ground, and we're gonna find these clients through the burner method. Essentially, we're gonna go to the biggest guy in the space for our industry, let's say Nathan for dropshipping. Now we're gonna like all their posts, comment, share, and follow them, and communicate to the Instagram algorithm, I like this profile, show me more of them. Next, we're gonna go to Nathan's following because business owners are friends with other business owners, and we're gonna do the same process to other people like Nathan in the dropshipping niche. We're gonna repeat this process over and over again, and now when we scroll on our Instagram feed, we're gonna be using it to find clients instead of it using us for our time and attention. It's gonna reveal more potential clients, and that's exactly how the burner method works. Once you do this for about a week, you will truly have an optimized feed, and the algorithm will literally hand you clients that you can go and cold outreach to. Now, here comes the fun part. Crafting a unique DM to get a client to pay us. Look, keep this part simple. No one wants to read a paragraph on the first message. We're gonna take the sniper approach and do research on our chosen client before we even send the first initial message. What is he currently posting on his Instagram page? What does he sell with the link on his bio? Does he have a YouTube page? That sort of thing. We're gonna gather as much information as we possibly can so we can craft a super unique message that actually stands out and appeals to him. It's gonna help us beat our content operating competition, and once you've done that, here's the DM structure and framework. The first line should be a specific compliment about their business or content. It needs to be hyper specific to show you've actually done your research, you did a deep dive on their personal brand, and not some generic bullshit like, hey man, I love your videos. Line 2 should be a gap that you've identified. Maybe they're not doing the best content because they're posting general stuff just to get views and not sales, and they're not actually talking about the product or service that they're selling. They aren't educating, being relatable, or inspirational. And the third line should be your unique solution. How can you help them as a content operator? Followed by content ideas and how you would structure their posting schedule and videos. I suggest posting 1 to 2 times a day with high quality, high converting content that, remember, targets our clients' audience's pain points, because that's what actually influences purchasing behavior. I would also go above and beyond, create them a script for their next video to showcase how good you are at this. Actions speak louder than words. Show you're an amazing content operator that truly understands them and can deliver amazing value and make them more money. And of course, I would track all of this with a DM tracker like this right here. Step 5, here's how we actually get paid. So pay attention. We're gonna negotiate a great deal with our client, we're gonna get paid, and then outsource the work to a video editor. We're gonna lock in a monthly base payment plus a percentage of the sales. The base fee can range from $2,000 to $5,000, and it's essentially there to make sure we always get paid and to cover for our content operating management and consulting services. But the real money is made from the added percentage. Typically 15 to 25% of the revenue generated from the content that we make for our client, and this is the the most powerful part because a single piece of content can generate us 5 figures, especially if it targets the chosen audience and it converts really well. Remember, it doesn't have to go viral, it just needs to get sales. Ultimately, the percentage is what ties our goals together with the client, so we aren't just checking off boxes, we're actually trying to improve their business with their content. It's an incentive to do better work and give us uncapped earning potential. Depending on the client and the niche, I recommend starting off with $3,000 as a base fee on top of 10% of sales generated for the first month. After you crush it, you over deliver, the next month I would raise it to 15% of sales. And just do the math, guys. If your client makes an extra $50,000 per month from your content, 10% of that is $5,000. You add that to your original 3,000 base, all of a sudden you're making 8 grand a month from a single client. And what client wouldn't pay you 5K per month as an asset that generates them an extra 50 bands? It's a win-win situation because all you need is the right strategy for them, and that's what leverage is. Once your client agrees, all that's left is to find a video editor and then coach them. For this, once again, just do the burner method. I found this guy, he charges 30 bucks per video, great price, simple as that. We're gonna script and plan the content for our clients, have them record it, and then give the raw file to the video editor. It's our job to coach the video editor and make sure that if he uses any additional B-roll, to make sure the clip selection is relevant and the edit itself progresses the storyline. Here's a recent example to show you the complete process that I did with Nathan Nazareth. It's stupid simple. So I actually have a content operator hook generator, and all you have to do is give me 5 hooks in the dropshipping niche targeting 9-to-5ers who are wanting to quit their job for time and location freedom. So that's something super basic we can just sort of gather data with. It's also important to actually go look at his videos, go look at who he's following, find a bunch of other dropshippers, see what they're doing, doing actual, market research and making distinctions between the type of content, the style of content, the format of content. Because once again, you're doing this niche specific and you're not competing with a bunch of other content operators. You're only competing with the content operators in the dropshipping niche. And basically I've trained this hook generator over the last 8 months to give you really non-generic hooks. And then on top of that, give you angles to explore. And then how do we actually organize this once we have the ideas? Well, I'm glad you guys asked. This is the IG content pipeline. You can literally just copy this. I'll show you exactly how I organize the videos once I do script them. And then I have a posting tracker to make sure we can keep everything organized. Nathan can see exactly what I'm posting and when on his account. And there's actual proof and documentation of that. Here it is. Let's see what the editor cooked up based on our instructions.
76% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. I was one of them. But here's how to get back at your boss. It will make him super jealous. If you do this properly, you'll get results like this. Step 1, go to aliexpress.com.
Let's go. I love it. It's really simple. It's to the point, and it showcases what he's selling, which is a service teaching people to get into dropshipping in a very straightforward manner. It's not hard. He tells you go to Shopify, go to AliExpress, get the website built out with your product using this software. And at the end, call to action, just comment the word dropshipping and you'll get it. So it's just really easy to comprehend. This looks fantastic. I'm very happy with the end product. And there you have it. You're now officially on your way to becoming a full-fledged content operator. Do you guys see how straightforward everything can be when you're in emerging markets in an unsaturated business model? You get to work directly with the clients and get paid the big bucks. And remember, if this guy right here can do it, so can you. Everyone needs content. Content operating is the new wave of online business, and I recommend you guys start right now before it's too late. And if you guys want access to all the tracking sheets, copy and paste structures, and one-on-one calls with myself so I can personally hold your hand and make sure you're not making any beginner mistakes, I'll throw in my personal phone number so you guys can hit me up 24/7 with any content operating questions so you can go through the whole process in an effective manner. I'll leave a link down below in the description of this YouTube video to see if we're a good fit to work together. It's exactly how Jack, Christian, Ilias, and Yash were all able to achieve time, location, and financial freedom as complete beginners with the content operating system, and even build you a custom roadmap so you can get started with content operating today. I look forward to speaking to you guys soon. Peace.